Welcome back to the Current Electric High School Football State Championship Preview Show presented by Cannon and Dunphy. I am Mike McGivern. Thank you so much for joining us. We're getting you ready for the 10 a.m. kickoff as the Crusaders from Catholic Memorial take on the Tritons from Notre Dame for the Division III state title game, followed by Division II as Slinger takes on Rice Lake. The 4 o'clock game, Division I state championship game, is between the Muskego Warriors and the Pirates from Bayport. I can tell you this, when you look at Muskego overall, 9-4, finished fourth in the Classic 8, and in my opinion, the best overall football conference in the state of Wisconsin. I'll have that argument with anybody. They went through a tough stretch in the middle of their schedule, lost 4 or 5 games. A lot of people wrote them off. People said, man, maybe they don't deserve a 4 seed, including me. Well, they have proved me wrong. Never listen to what I'm saying. Since October 11th loss to Oconomowoc, Muskego has gotten healthy and hot again. Beat some really good football teams, including Franklin, Neenah, and Mukwonago. We are now joined by the head football coach at Muskego. I got to apologize to him. I didn't have him going this deep. Hey, coach, you keep making guys like me look bad. Congratulations. How you been?
I'm doing outstanding. Thanks for having me on the show. It's been a great run and a lot of fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, since that little stretch in the middle, I know you had some injuries, guys getting healthy again. Did you hear the noise from outside? Did you hear any of that? Or is it just guys like me talking behind your back a little bit?
I think the only difference in today's culture is people can use social media a little bit. So we had a few people. What was really cool, though, is the amount of people that really came after anybody that was negative in our community. And the other thing I really liked is it really rallied the coaches and players. The coaches were fired up, but the players really were fired up because they know what amount of time and effort everybody puts in. And it wasn't for lack of effort. As you had mentioned, I've been head coach 28 years. We never have had a run of injuries that we had for a 2-week period. I think I mentioned this on the show, but we were down 5 stars on offense 2 straight weeks. And it was we had 4 returning stars this year, and 3 of the 4 were out. It was our best tackle, our best guard, our best running back, our best tight end. We were down to our 4th-string tight end. And so we just struggled a couple weeks scoring. But as we got healthy and as the new guys emerged, we were 3-0 when we were healthy, and then we got everybody back, and we've been on a great run.
Coach, defensively, you guys have been really good from start to finish. Even in that tough stretch where offensively you had a lot of guys injured, that defense, boy, they get after it, and not the type of defense you want to see every day. I'll tell you that. Those guys will come up and hit you.
Yeah, Coach Lucchese, Coach Kuna, Coach Milkoffer, and the rest of the defensive gang. I say it all the time, but I feel I have the best staff in the state. We've been on just a phenomenal run for a lot of years, and this year they, arguably the best defense the entire season. As I mentioned, we had second half on Neenah, second half of Mukwonago. We didn't play very well. Otherwise, they've been outstanding, and then we got a chance to redeem ourselves for an entire game against Neenah, held them to 7 points. Then Mukwonago had the kick return. Otherwise, they scored 7. So, defense wins championships. We've got some really special players on that side of the ball. Liam Shaw, Nick McCullough, Nate Mackinnon, best D-line in the state, and that's where it starts in the O&D line. So credit to the coaches and players.
Hey, Coach, you have been here before, so the template has been written. I have to ask you, with a 4 o'clock kick, is there anything that you guys do differently throughout the week to get these kids ready to play a kickoff at 4 o'clock? They haven't played at that time since playing probably youth football, I would think. Is there anything that you guys do differently to get their bodies ready, or because you practice around that time, you guys are pretty much all set? I was thinking about asking Coach Young, and we ran out of time, what it's like to play a 10 o'clock kickoff. But I'm asking you, with 4 o'clock, it's still a little bit different than practice game time. Is there anything you guys do differently?
I think the biggest thing is just our day is extremely well organized. We feel like we do have a blueprint. It's our 3rd time now doing this. We get them up right away at 7:30 in the morning. We do a movement prep. We'll have a team meal. We get them home for a little while, then they get on the bus, and then we get a meal again as a team, and then we get out. We're going to head to Wanakee and go on their field, do a little warm up, and and then we're gonna head to Camp Randall. It's a really super organized day. Coach Kunick does a fantastic job, kind of set that up a few years ago for us. Now we've tweaked it. So we have a very, very organized Friday. Um, make sure the kids are awake, ready to rock. And yeah, it is a little bit earlier, but it's so dark at that time of the year that it's, I think if we were playing in the sunlight, it might be a little more weird, but it's so dark, by 4:35 that it never has bothered us. And I think it's more about what you do during the day, making sure that they're, you know, in their normal routine, so to speak, getting up at the normal time and stuff.
Hey, coach, this stuff doesn't get old, does it? I mean, it doesn't. And I was asked that once as a basketball coach. I said, absolutely not. It's all different kids, it's different families, it's different community, and it does not get old. One more question, Bayport. Have not seen a lot about Bayport. I know for years they've been this big team that will try to maul you. Don't know a lot about Bayport. I'll be certainly watching this evening. What kind of things are they going to bring that might cause Muskego a little bit of trouble?
Well, they're not gonna be in the state championship unless they're well coached. They're very well coached. They've got really good football team. They're 2 tackles on offense. One's going North Dakota, one's going to NDSU. They've now been starting to play those guys on defense. They don't play the entire game, but they rotate them. They've got really good linebackers. The junior linebacker, Landon, his brother's a Badger. They got a really nice nose tackle. They just got a lot of talent. And then Jorgensen, the son, is the head coach, and his dad's the offensive coordinator. He had a lot of success. So, you're not getting to the state finals unless you have a really good coaching staff and you have great players. So they've got both. They seem to have gotten better as the year has gone on, which is similar to us. So we're both kind of peaking at the right time. So it's going to be a great battle.
Yeah, for them to beat Everett, I just thought, yeah, when they won and the going to the finals, I thought that their trip, and I looked at who they played. Not that it matters. I thought you had a more difficult way to get there. I thought your bracket was ridiculous, but that's just me. And if somebody's going to complain to the WIA, let me do it. Don't you do it, because I'm retired. But I love the fact that you guys are the last team standing from this area, from the best high school football conference in the state of Wisconsin, and to beat Mukwonago. I know that's for your players, that's a great win, a great rivalry. I know the staffs all get along pretty well. It's been a really good run, and I had to have you on to apologize and tell you I didn't have you in my bracket, but you certainly are letting people know the Muskego's not going anywhere. Coach, thank you so much for your time. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, I really, really appreciate it again having us on the show. And you just do such a fantastic job throughout highlighting high school sports, especially football. I know our families and kids love listening to it. So thanks a lot.
Man, I appreciate that, Coach. Thank you. On the other side of the break, we'll be joined by Michael Whitelaw from the Journal Sentinel as we continue to discuss the Division I state championship game. As we wait for the 10 a.m. Division III kickoff coming up right around the corner, this is the Colonel Electric High School Football State Championship Preview Show presented by Cannon and Dunphy, only on Mike 24.